Hey, this is Bill McMillan coming to you from Capel Arena for another session of Chalk Talk with Coach Alphonza Kee. We've taken a little time away from him from his practice. You can hear the basketballs bouncing in the background, and the team is getting ready for a tough conference action on the road tomorrow night at Livingston. But first, we're going to talk about the game this past Saturday night at Johnson C. Smith. Coach came up on the short end, 75-64. Seemed like the guys came out a little flat in the first half, and and Johnson C. Smith, the Golden Bulls, were able to capitalize on it.
Yes, first of all, that type of atmosphere, that type of program, it's a tough place to play. I played there as a player. Tough place to play in a good basketball team, and for some reason we came out not at our best as far as our field goal percentage offense. So we came out flat offensively, 15% in the first half, not like us. Pretty tough to recover, but we got going, did some good things, but a very tough start for us and too deep a hole to get out.
You know, always a hostile environment when you have to go down to Charlotte and play at Johnson C. Smith. You come in, you've been down by 20 points in the first half. What do you say to the team at halftime? What do you get them motivated to get them refocused and let them know that all is not lost, that anything's possible?
Well, just play to your ability. You know, nothing magical. We're better than we played. At our average half, we'd have been up. So just play basketball the way you know how. Don't do anything different. Just focus a little more. Again, shooting 15% in the half is not like us. No three-pointers made is not like us. So just get back to your own ways and do the small things and compete, and it'll turn.
You know, we looked at that second half. You actually outscored them 42-34, and the defense played outstanding, where Johnson C. Smith shot almost 52% in the first half. They averaged 39% for the game. How did the guys really turn up that intensity in the second half and really almost come back and pull it out?
Well, understand, defensively, we pressure the ball in the full court, but you cannot get your press set if you don't score. So in the first half, you make 15% of your shots. That's what 85% of the time you can't press. So I think we score a little bit more, that allows us to get our defense set, and then we played hard, was in the best situation to score.
The Broncos were led by Tyrell Tate, 16 points and 11 rebounds. And then Andre Best added 13 points, and Travis Marcus had his first double-double of the season, 10 points and 10 rebounds. But unfortunately, the Broncos come up on the short end of the stick at Johnson C. Smith to fall to 8-8 overall and 3-4 in the CIAA. When we come back, we'll preview this week's games with Livingston and a big game Saturday night here at Capel Arena against Winston-Salem State University. We'll be back with Chalk Talk with Coach Alphonza Kee in just a moment. Hi folks, welcome back to another session of Chalk Talk with head basketball coach Alphonza Kee here at Capel Arena. I'm Bill McMillan. Big game this Wednesday night as the Broncos have to go to Salisbury to take on Livingstone. The Blue Bears are 13-3 and 6-0 in the conference, 8-1 in the conference, excuse me. They play a real pressure game. 4 people that really can score the ball from them and anywhere on the court. What's the key to going into a hostile environment, coming out with a victory on Wednesday night?
Well, for us is to stay true to our ideals, our program. You know, they have some good personnel, very long, very versatile, do a little different than we do. A lot of transfers, Division I transfer, one-year guys, so very good talent pool, but we have to make sure that we compete as a group. And one thing is always consistent is their effort and defensive intensity. That'll be the key for us to dominate those 2 areas.
You know, we were talking before we came on the air about the coach at Livingstone, and you commented how good he is, and when I looked at the stats, he must have a magic potion or something, you know, a great canned halftime speech, because they're outscoring their opponents phenomenally in the second half. What do you attribute that to? What are some of the keys to their team and being able to make the adjustments in the second half?
Well, obviously he does a good job. I think they're pretty deep, so sometimes they can wear opposition down. He has pretty good depth with his talent front line and back court, so I think that's one thing to bring numbers at you, and he does a good job. But again, their personnel is very good this year. Again, they're very versatile, so he can move a lot of moving parts up front court, back court, and then for the second half, you're ready to roll.
So looking at all that, what's going to be your keys to victory Wednesday night in Salisbury?
All that being said, it's Bronco basketball. You know, all due respect to Livingstone, we must do the things we do well. Went on last game playing a very tough team on the road. We didn't shoot free throws or shoot the ball well at all. So I'm more concerned about us. If we have a decent shooting night and make sure we bring the intensity and bring our pressure and make them play, you know, maybe at a 75% with fatigue, we'll be fine.
And then Saturday night back home at Capel Arena against Winston-Salem State. The Rams are always tough, and they come in this year 13-3, 6-1 in the CIAA. Justin Glover leading them with almost 15 points a game. What makes the Rams so tough?
Well, I mean, they're a great program, and that's just every night in this league. So it can be redundant. Good coaches, good basketball players, but I think they have something called game experience when it comes to winning. Great point. We played the same opponent, Virginia Union. They won at the buzzer versus them. We lost by 3. So closing time, execution time, a little more seasoned. But one good thing about the season is that each day is new. So I fully expect to be at my best on Saturday as well as on Wednesday night. But they're good because they have good coaching, good talent, and they've learned how to win through experience, through trials and tribulations, and they close games very, very well. They don't beat themselves.
You know, we were out here earlier at Capel Arena, and we saw some of the kids out trying to get some shooting in, getting some extra running in. It seems like they know that they've got to step up their game at this point of the season in order to peak at the right time going into the CIAA tournament.
And all else fails, you know, you're trying to get better every day. That is so important. You know, you can win a game and get worse. So you want to win, no doubt about it. You want to get better because at the end of the year, you want to be climaxing. But going back to Winston-Salem State, they've been together for a while. You know, from Division I, Division II, the coach has been there, the players have been there. So we're getting experience. We're climbing right behind them. Like I said, last year we beat them 2 out of the last 3 times. So we're capable of getting that done, but we have to make sure we grow from those one-possession games that we lost. And I expect very soon for us to capitalize on that last area of composure and experience and then go off as well to kind of go ramping on up.
You talk about a player that's ramping it up, Tyrell Tate, the CIAA Men's Basketball Player of the Week. He's coming, he was an all preseason CIAA performer, and it seems like he's kind of put this team on his shoulders, and he's trying to will them to victory in every game.
Well, he's a guy you've seen from day one grow as well, from a freshman to a sophomore. So you see from the skill standpoint, guys are getting better. And we got to have the same concept as far as the team experience. But he's a hard worker, a guy, that's why I love recruiting high school guys. Takes a little longer to get them experience, but at the end of the day, we have a chance to be good. But he just worked every year. Listen to coaches, played hard, competing. It's a pleasure to see a guy come in 18 years old, turn the ball over, have some mishaps, and grow into a CIAA all-conference caliber kid. A
tribute to your coaching as well. So this week, the Broncos are taking on 2 of the best in the CIAA. Wednesday night at Livingstone, tip-off around 7:30 right after the women's game. And then right here at Capel Arena on Saturday night, again, tip-off right around 7:30. The Broncos are going to be put to the test. Be sure and tune in to see how they did, or better yet, come out in person right here at Capel Arena and see the best in CIAA basketball with your Fayetteville State Broncos. For Chalk Talk and Coach Alphonza Kee, I'm Bill McMillan.